All right, here we are, Sunday, March 14th, and it is almost ready. I'm just trying to get ahead of ourselves. I've got my wonderful dad here with me to help out. We had to take it off the engine stand and actually start putting everything back together. We both came up with this idea using the cherry picker and a pallet down below, so that way the cherry picker is on wheels so we can move it around. We got everything assembled. I do believe didn't have any real surprises. Other than just the fact we're putting together an engine. We got the exhaust manifolds. We're going to be using PVC pipe right here to be able to hopefully get rid of some of the sound and water to keep it away from what we're working on. And we're going to attempt to dry run this thing and get it all tuned in. One of the biggest issues we've had is way down there are the idle mixture screws, and they are darn near impossible to get to. Except my dad found this little thing, carb adjustment tool. It does by slipping into between everything. It doesn't quite get there, but it's darn close, and we can actually make it work. But seems to be all good to go. Oh, I also lost my water pump bolts. Had to go buy new ones, but I think everything's done. We're going to flip it around so that way the pipes are facing out and leading down, so that way we can wake the neighbors and not make a mess of my garage. So, all right, we're gonna try to hook the fuel up to this thing, get it turned around, and attempt to get the wiring correct here, so that way we can get ignition and the starter and be able to get the oil pressure and water temperature to my existing gauges here that came out of my donor boat. Hopefully these things are working. They should be. We'll see here in a little bit. Okay, so we're getting even closer. You can see I've got the exhaust pipes hooked up to where we can get the water and stuff away from the engine. We put a little spigot for the garden hose to hook to. We jumpered 5 and 6 per a wonderful YouTube video from Alpheus, and that's jumping the ignition together. And we have the starter cable, which goes down here to my little starter. So whenever I push this button, it actually makes the starter go. So I think what we're going to do is prime the carburetor and see if we get any fire whatsoever, and then shut it right back down and then hook up the gauges so that way we can burn in the engine. There it goes.
You're starting?
Alright, here goes nothing. We're going to see if this thing fires up. No, we're just going to fire it up and stop it. Wow! Alright, here goes attempt number 2. We got all the gauges hooked up. Don't know if they're going to work or not, but here goes nothing.
You don't have any fuel on it?
That's her. She's got a little lump to the cam. I didn't expect that. I'm wondering if that's just my idle air mixtures being off a little bit. I went all the way in on the carburetor about 2 turns, and all the way to the seated, and I came out 2 turns. Seems to idle fine, but it sure sounds like it's idling a bit quick. So, let's check our oil and see how we're doing. Yeah, looks pretty good. No milkshake. I guess that's a good sign. Seems everything's good, and these things stay nice, and I mean they get warm, but they're not, hot by any stretch. My little choke thing worked. I'm happy, real happy. See if she fires back up without gas this time. Doesn't look like it. She likes a little bit of gas.